Fox 17 Rockin' Review. I'm hanging out with my buddy Dave Cleveland, one of the top session men in Nashville, and also on the road you played with Twyla Paris, Miley Cyrus, Stephen Curtis Chapman, and the Cheetah Girls.
Yeah, I recorded with Miley and the Cheetah Girls, yes.
Because you do all the session work, and in your spare time you write articles.
Yes,
been writing for magazines.
Vintage collectible guitar, and it's called Collectible Guitar Then and Now. It's a great. Actually, I think you've got some articles.
Yeah, but I read yours.
Yeah.
And thankfully, you brought in a very neat guitar, which was featured in one of the magazines. And this is one of Joe Riggio's Tango guitars.
Yes.
And you've been playing this for a while. Tell us a little bit about it, Dave.
Well, the thing I love about this guitar is it really feels like an old 50s guitar. You know, cosmetically, it looks like it, but it really the neck feels great. The pickups are hand wound for Joe. So it really has authentic 50s vibe going on.
And the checking and everything, the attention to detail that Joe does.
It's amazing.
There's Tacoma. It's just amazing. He's been building guitars for 30 years. And I was amazed, you know, when you pulled it out of the bag, and we were laughing earlier on the news to where the 7 processes for the neck.
That's right.
For the real deal feel, but it makes a difference. And on this guitar, it's got a soft V. You can tell where it's got the relicking also in the fretboard that looks natural.
Yeah, it really does.
And it feels natural.
It feels natural.
And you have owned and played a number of guitars, and I think you know a quality instrument when you play one, and also with the amount of session work you do.
Yeah. Well, I just want an instrument that I can express myself on. I wanted to have all of the different tonal qualities that it should.
Right.
So when I pick it up and I hear something in my head, it will do that. And and this guitar does that for me. And can I do a little volume thing?
Yeah.
Like, I love the fact that the volume, there's so much attention to detail on the volume where it just kind of evenly swells in.
Well, you know, I liked it earlier, too, when we were talking off camera, that you actually had been on stage with Roy Buchanan.
Well, Danny Gatton.
Danny Gatton, I'm sorry. My mistake. But it's like, I always parallel the great Telecaster players.
Yeah, he's amazing. Well, Danny had the Real Deal 53 Tele. And
Yeah.
I remember playing the guitar, and you pick it up, and it's just like, it's alive.
Yeah.
You know,
well, and that's what I thought with this guitar as well.
It's
to where,
alive,
You know, when holding it against you, you can feel the entire instrument vibrate through
It totally does. I always like to do the E chord test. With no volume on. It's like,
that's the test.
It rings.
With every guitar.
Yeah, if you feel it ringing at the bottom of your foot, then you know you've got a great guitar.
Is that what you do, like when you go in studio, just to let everybody know, like you're here to play guitar, you hit the big E chord?
Oh, the big E chord.
I'm here.
Yeah, it definitely opens the door for the whole session.
Now, speaking of which, you and I were talking earlier that you've got your own method out.
Yes.
Also to help people who want to learn how to play guitar better.
That's right.
Singers, songwriters, everybody.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I developed the method. It's called the Chord Crunch method, and you can get it at iTunes. It's on iBooks, basically.
Okay. Because I will be buying it.
All right.
This.
Awesome. Good. So if you're a singer-songwriter and you need to play in all these different keys, but yet you don't have the 10 years of practice to facilitate all that, I basically teach you two anchor positions.
Right.
In order for you to play all of the chords in a scale, only moving 2 fingers at a time.
That's incredible.
So between those 2 anchor positions and a capo, you can play in all the keys.
Wow.
And it just, I've got great feedback, especially from songwriters that, you know, they're looking for that place to really come up with inspiration. So.
Well, and I think that has to help instill confidence in them as well.
Totally
when
does.
they go out and perform, instead of always depending on the backup musicians.
That's right.
They can actually play as well.
They can do it themselves.
Now, speaking of playing, you've got a new product that you're working on, a new project.
Yes.
Musically.
Yes, I'm really excited about this. My friend Jason Webb and I, Jason's a piano player. He's been doing sessions for about 12 years, and we work all the time together. Well, Lifeway came to us and talked about doing a hymns record for acoustic guitar and piano.
How great.
And so it's really stripped down, but it's going to be available not only in a CD, but it's going to be available to church musicians who want to download what we did.
For the backing tracks.
Yeah, and they can actually, they can learn our parts and play it for a special, you know, that kind of thing.
That is so incredible.
It's a great sounding CD. I mean, Jason Webb's just
well, and also provide that for the churches and everything too, which I know you play a lot of great Christian music. I think that is so helpful because a lot of churches don't have the full bands.
That's right.
They really can't afford them.
That's right.
And they still need the quality music.
Yeah.
So, and now, where can people find out about you with your tours, with music, with your book, with your articles?
Well, the best place to find anything about me is on Facebook.
Okay.
And you just type in Dave Cleveland, and I usually have some kind of icon with a guitar on it or something. So I also have the davecleveland.com.
Okay.
If you can't find me on Facebook.
Yeah.
But,
We'll definitely find you. And it's like, you know, you may not know you've heard Dave before, but you've heard him on numerous recordings and everything else. You're just like in the background.
yes.
You know?
Actually, I play on most of the big news packages in the country too.
How incredible is that?
So anytime you...
And now you're on with me too.
I just did a thing for Fox not too long ago, so I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. And be sure and check out the Joe Riggio guitars also. I think Joe's doing a great job with them, and I'm glad to see, you know, he just started on his own in 2011, but he's been building guitars for 30 years. And what a great instrument.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. That's
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
does, and so do you.
Well, I appreciate that.
You have to come back on, and we'll do something else too.
I loved it.
Thanks for watching the Fox 17 Rock and Review, and be sure and check out Dave Cleveland, my buddy here. Take care.